So that's what 604 horsepower feels like, at least on race start. Normally, you get 577. Welcome to the 2025 Mercedes-Benz E53 AMG. Yep, it's quick. It's still an AMG, although it's not a V8 like we're used to in the E63, and this isn't a replacement. There should be a 63 coming in the future. But for now, the E-Class top dog is this, the E53. A 3-liter inline 6 matched with a plug-in hybrid. Yes, you lose out on trunk space. Yes, you definitely gain a lot of weight because it's almost the same weight as a BMW M5, and no one has ever said the new M5, well, was slim, maybe a little bit porky. So this is basically just as porky, but with this amount of power, yeah, being porky is okay. Something that the E53 does really well is just having that dual personality. When you're driving around normally in comfort mode or electric mode, things are actually very quiet. There's not a lot of road noise. The comfort of the suspension is actually quite good as well. You don't feel that harshness from that AMG side. It's not until you turn things up in Sport or Sport Plus or change around things in individual where it becomes that sports car. But daily driving this is going to be very comfortable. And that's what you need, right? You want something that's comfortable every single day. And when you hit a corner, you put it in a Sport Plus and you, well, give it some throttle and you throw it in. oh, yeah. This is a porker, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's still very, very quick when you want it to. And when you get on regular traffic and you're like, okay, calm down a little. Let's put it back on comfort, and you just like any other car. Especially on this spec. It doesn't have the blackout package. There's plenty of chrome on it. It just looks like it fits in on standard traffic roads. It doesn't look like it's a menace to society. It doesn't have gaping holes everywhere. It's just, well, it's a lot more elegant than some other manufacturers tend to do. Speaking of other manufacturers, the biggest kind of comparison to this, the E53, is actually sort of in between BMW's 550e and their M5. Because the 550e, it shares a, well, not the same engine, but a 3-liter inline 6 and a plug-in hybrid powertrain. The M5, of course, that gets a V8 with a plug-in hybrid powertrain. So it's sort of in between in terms of performance, but it definitely is more leaning towards that 550e. Although the 550e isn't an M vehicle like this, an AMG. So it's not a fair comparison, but it's actually priced right in between them. Because this aspect is about 125,000 Canadian dollars. The 550e is just shy of 100,000, and the M5, well, that's about 150,000 Canadian dollars. So this sits kind of in between that, and it's perfect. Mercedes has definitely thought out when they price this vehicle, because it's exactly where it should be. It really is. Now, downfalls. With every vehicle, there's no one that's perfect. There has to be something that's wrong. There's a few things that's already wrong with this vehicle. I have a check engine light, which I don't know why. The system doesn't tell me anything otherwise, so we just kind of gone on with it. Sunroof. I cannot close it, and it's not just because I have a camera in the way. This has not worked. Even if I use close the sunshade.
I'm closing the roller sun blinds.
Nothing. What about open all the windows?
Okay, I'm opening the windows.
As you can see, none of the windows are opening. So yeah, it is still a Mercedes, so there's definitely some faults around. But what I can say is this hyper screen, not a big fan of it. I don't like giant displays in vehicles. but it's actually been really solid. Unlike the Hyperscreen and like the EQS and EQE, which were very, very creaky, like this, actually not that bad. However, with the screen and like the small vents that I have around, in this 30-degree Celsius weather that we're getting here in Vancouver, there's just not enough air conditioning. Like, I put this on high and it is not cool enough in here. It is very, very warm. One other thing that isn't the best in this E53 are the brakes. The brakes are so touchy that depending on how you drive it, you might get whiplash by just pressing the brakes. And the worst part is it's not consistent. Sometimes it's like super, super grabby. And sometimes it's like, oh yeah, they're just kind of there. So it's just really, really weird. But like now it's fine. Why? Honestly, the 53, when I first got into it, I wasn't in love with it. The 9-speed wasn't as smooth or as jerky as you want it, depending on the drive mode. Because sometimes it's so smooth you don't feel any gear shifts. But sometimes it's jerky, like, you just kind of ask, what is it actually doing? Over the week of driving it in different modes and actually getting to know the vehicle, I've grown quite fond of the vehicle. I mean, yeah, there are things that annoy me, like the electronics in here are kind of buggy. Some things are just not working the way that it should be. That is a problem in itself. There's a lot of ambient lighting, which is very beautiful and dazzle in your eyes. Of course, you can turn it all off. And this Hyperscreen is, I don't know, in my eyes, quite useless. Ooh, Saab 9X. But I think that's really it. Oh, here's a good shot of the Saab. You'll never see one of these. He doesn't see me at all. Saab 9X. When's the last time you saw one of those? In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on the E53. Would you pick this? Would you just downgrade a little and get the 550E? Is that enough performance? Or do you just need to step up in the M5 or step up to the next generation of the E63? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.